need to look for locksmiths because we've got all the keys to unlock the secrets of Super Mario. Don't be impatient and hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Here you have the 25 secrets of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Originally, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door was called Paper Mario 2 and was a direct sequel to the Nintendo 64's Paper Mario. It later changed its plot and was renamed to add more flair. In Japan, they went a bit wild with the names, calling the first Paper Mario Mario Story and The Thousand-Year Door Paper Mario RPG. The Jumpman badge enhances Super Mario's jump attacks, and its name references the original name Mario was known by in the Donkey Kong arcade game. The badges for changing Paper Mario's clothes hide a secret. With the L emblem badge, you can pretend to be Luigi and fool his fans. With the W emblem badge, Mario's outfit turns yellow, mimicking Wario's color. And if you activate both the L and W emblems at the same time, the effects of the badges merge, and Mario turns into Waluigi. This is as close as Paper Waluigi gets to being in a Paper Mario game. In the fourth secret, there's a cabin 4 of the XS Express. Here dwells the spirit of a toad who died long ago, and it's no coincidence he's here. In Japan, the number 4 is associated with bad luck and death, which is why there's no 4th floor in their elevators, and this is why this cabin was assigned to the deceased toad. When Peach becomes invisible and steals a disc in Grotes's office, this appears on the computer screen. It's a nod to the Famicom Disk System, an accessory that was only released in Japan for the NES and worked as a disc reader. Upon starting it up, this boost screen appeared, displaying a scene where Mario and Luigi are fighting over a light switch. The Thousand-Year Door was groundbreaking even in 2024. It introduced the first transgender protagonist as a partner for Super Mario. Vivian is one of the Shadow Sirens, and her case is a bit special. Nintendo America censored the nature of Vivian in the English version, but in Japanese, Spanish, and other languages, Zelda mocked her for being born male. 20 years later, the Nintendo Switch remake came to fix this poorly handled issue in the GameCube version, removing the insults Vivian suffered for being transgender and creating a new scene where Vivian simply opens up to Mario, telling him that at one point in her life, she found herself realizing she was not the brother of Marilyn and Beldam, but their sister. The remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door features 2 epic secret battles that are not part of the main story and were not available in the original GameCube version. The first is a fight against Prince Mush, the first champion of Glitzpit and brother of Jolene. Be very careful with him, because performing super guards is crucial to win this battle. The second is quite a bit weirder, and it's a fight against the mole Waka. After completing the Pit of 100 trials and hitting Waka 8 times, he disappears. Later, Mario receives a message saying that a strange creature has been spotted in the depths of Rogueport. And there, on floor 100, is the bizarre battle against Waka, one where he hits himself to create bumps and throws them at Mario's team. Winning will reward you with a beautiful but not edible golden bump. Luigi's Mansion and Paper Mario both released on the GameCube, and besides the console, they share some similarities. The 200 boos that fly out of the hidden chest in Creepy Steeple and later form a massive atomic boo are a reference to how, in Luigi's Mansion, Luigi accidentally releases a bunch of boos and then has to defeat a giant boo on the mansion's balcony. If you hide with Vivian next to this tree with crows, one of them mentions it wants to start a pay site called Luigi's Mansion, but should be careful with rabid lawyers. The color of your little Yoshi can vary depending on how long it takes for his egg to hatch. The moment the egg joins your team, a hidden timer activates and will determine the color of your new Yoshi companion. If it takes 0 to 6 minutes, a green Yoshi will appear. From 6 to 9 minutes, the Yoshi will be red. From 9 to 11 minutes, Yoshi will turn blue. From 11 to 15 minutes, your Yoshi will be orange. From 15 to 18 minutes, a pink Yoshi will appear. From 18 to 19 minutes, Yoshi will be black, and from 19 to 20, you can get an exclusive white Yoshi. These 2 last colors, tough to get. Refer to the 2 special Yoshis you could get in Yoshi's Story on the Nintendo 64. After 20 minutes, the timer resets and it returns to the green Yoshi. In Petalburg, there's a toad who's a super fan of Nintendo games. As the story progresses, his dialogues change and reference various games. Initially, he says he's super excited about his Game Boy Advance and that his favorite game is Fire Emblem. Then he mentions that he's playing Paper Mario 64 recently and there is a boo girl called Bo that's the cutest boo of all time. Later, he says he's finished the Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door game, and loves it, wondering if they'll ever release a Paper Luigi. Finally, he shares that he's playing a new Paper Mario game and that he's putting serious time to properly review it. If Mario manages to descend the pit of 100 trials, he will face Hooktail's undead sister, Bonetail. After defeating her, Mario receives the Return Postage badge. And speaking of badges, if you complete the task from the hidden badge from Miss Mouse, the mouse will join your team. This optional partner helps you find hidden items and steal them from enemies. The changing room that Peach uses to disguise herself as an ex-Not guard hide a secret for Mario. It can change him into an 8-bit sprite of himself if he enters from the top of it. Interestingly, not only does Mario's appearance change, all his partners also have an 8-bit version. This is a reference to the Easter egg of the curtains from Super Mario RPG. In Paper Mario, this happens when you get inside a vase. The Thousand-Year Door features 86 different badges, but Nintendo discarded a bunch more. In the data of the GameCube version, remnants of several discarded badges like Mega Jump, Mega Quake, Mega Smash, or Triple Dip were found. In the Nintendo Switch version, the Nostalgic Tunes badge was added, which allows changing the music to the original from the GameCube version. The partners that help Mario were going to be very different. As seen in the game concept art, Admiral Bobbery was going to be shaped like a torpedo with a more military look. Various hairstyles were discarded for Yoshi. Flurry was going to be a cloud holding an umbrella, but also a bulb that created air currents with its flower. The Shadow Sirens went through a bunch of different designs. Vivian was gonna have fire at the tip of her hat, while Marilyn and Beldam had ice and electricity, respectively. Miss Mouse's ears were going to be heart-shaped, and the Dojo Master went through different forms until reaching his final design. Each time Paper Mario receives an email, a different music plays depending on who sends it. If Peach sends it, the title screen theme from Super Mario World plays. If X or Jolene sends it, the Ice World song from Super Mario Bros. 3 plays. If someone else sends it, you can hear part of the song that plays after defeating a Koopaling. Super Mario Sunshine also launched on the Nintendo GameCube, and Nintendo made some small but clear references. Both Francesca and Frankie, as well as Don Pianta, are Piantas, the Isle Delfino inhabitants from Super Mario Sunshine. That Don Pianta owns the Pianta Parlor Casino run by a boo is no coincidence. In Super Mario Sunshine, you could find a boo-infested casino. The Shine Sprites used to level up the partners share the same design as the Shine Sprites Mario had to collect to save Peach. Having a noose to hang people in the main hub isn't exactly common in Nintendo games. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door took some narrative liberties, something that was immediately censored upon leaving Japan. The drink that Admiral Bobbery asked for is called Chocola Cola, a drink found in Chucklehuck Woods from Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga, but in the Japanese version, it was red wine. In the back of Rogueport, there's a bandit's hideout. In the remake, there's nothing on the floor, but in the Japanese version of the GameCube, you could see the silhouette of Toad's corpse and a lot of blood on the floor.
Miss Rabbit has fainted.
The ears worn by Pika and Lala are cat ears, but in the Japanese version, both wore bunny ears. This was modified to avoid making references to the Playboy brand.
Miss Rabbit has fainted again.
In both the European and American versions of Paper Mario for GameCube, the Tech XX supercomputer had a blue light. In the remake, it has been updated to red to match the Japanese version, making a reference to the computer HAL from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. The music that Tech uses to dance with Peach is a version of the waltz in C-sharp minor by the composer Chopin. having the dates with Tech, Peach can go to the bathroom in her room and freshen up a bit. Every time she gets into the bathtub, she sings a different song. For example, the princess knows the theme from the Nintendo 64 castle. The water level song from Super Mario, and the main theme from Super Mario Bros. The secret code of the X-Naut Fortress is 014029. This number might not mean anything to you, but it makes sense when read in Japanese. Oshi Oniku, which translates as delicious meat. The model trains that appear in one of the houses in Poshley Heights are miniature versions of the Access Express and the Dry Railroad from Paper Mario 64. The picture found in Mario's house is a group photo of all the partners from Paper Mario 64. Parakarry, one of Mario's partners, is in charge of delivering the letter from Princess Peach. Lady Bo also appears in Poshley Heights, and a small cameo of Junior Troopa is in a picture sent by Ziptoad. There are other minor references like a mention of the Crystal Palace in an email from Koopu, Gerb's trip to the Dry Desert, or a mention of Koopa, Colorado in a farewell note. Initially, you might think that winning the Happy Lucky Lottery in Rogueport is a matter of luck, and in part, you're right, but there is a trick. The console determines which numbers are the winners based on how much time has passed since the ticket was purchased. If you check the lottery 4 days after you bought it, you'll receive the 4th place. If you return between 25 or 35 days, you'll receive the 3rd place. To win the 2nd place, you'll need to check the winners between 85 to 115 days. And to take home the first prize, you'll need to return between 335 and 395 days. If you go back in time and Lucky notices, he will accuse you very angrily of cheating and threaten to blow up your game for being a cheater. Paper Mario: The 1000-Year Door for Nintendo Switch improved travel between worlds by adding a new area with pipes that connect all of them. This idea was taken from the museum in Paper Mario: The Origami King. And speaking of Origami King, the soundtrack of the remake of The 1000-Year Door hides some references to both this game and Color Splash for the Wii U. No matter how hard you try, it's impossible to lose the first battle of the game against Lord Crump in Rogueport. If you like to watch the world burn, there are alternative endings in which Super Mario ends badly. For example, if you decide to read the Ghost Diary on the XS Express, or if you agree to join the Shadow Queen's cause. In the world of Paper Mario, you can find various models of Nintendo handheld consoles, a Game Boy in the Pianta Parlor Casino, a Game Boy Advance in the locker rooms of Glitzville, and a Game Boy Advance SP as a portable communication device used by Mario. Every time a new partner joins the team, they're added next to Paper Mario on the title screen of the game. If you also complete the game, confetti will appear on the screen. If you listen to Luigi's adventures to the end, you'll see him here in a little corner. Moreover, if you like to complete games 100%, you'll receive special badges for completing the title log, the cookbook, and the badge encyclopedia. And a final gift, the new exclusive gold medal for the Nintendo Switch version, giving Mario a shiny and golden appearance. When 1000-Year Door closes, a 1000-year window opens, leading to another bunch of videos about secrets and Easter eggs, like these ones we've shared here. Do you know any more secrets about Paper Mario: The 1000-Year Door? Be sure to let us know down in the comments section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.